Okay, so I'm here because I would like to chime in on the topic of racism. Uh, can someone please remind me what year we're in? Yeah, yeah, exactly. 2015, and we're still on this topic of racism. It really feels like that people are not. I don't know how to really put this. I don't want to sound ignorant and sound like I don't know exactly what I'm talking about, but I grew up in New Jersey. I grew up with a lot of Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Mexicans, a splash of white people here and there. So I guess I can say I really didn't deal with racism. I'm 30 now, and racism is alive and kicking, folks. I don't know why it's popping up as bad as it is. Well, I have a theory. I think it's always been around, but I think that now since we got social media, I think that it's been blowing itself up to the proportion where everyone can see it, and it's not just a he say she say thing. We're actually seeing it on TV. Uh, it sucks. I get it. It sucks. It's horrible, and I wish there was something that we can do as a community or a society to break the cycle. Um, Only thing I can say is don't give people fuel for fire. And what I mean by that is don't sit up here and try to be a a proactive I hate racism or I hate this, I hate that, and you sit up there and you basically act the way the people who were belittling you all these years ago and even to this day are acting now. Case in point, Baltimore. I really feel some kind of way about that situation because since I'm from New Jersey and okay, first I've been overseas for a little while, so maybe I'm not as Americanized as everyone else is, but I've been overseas for about 5 or 6 years or so, and I really didn't see it. I didn't see it at all. With the whole Germany thing, I was out in Germany for a little while, didn't see any kind of racism. Uh, and they just went through it just like we did with the whole Stalin and Hitler thing no more than 60, 70 years ago. Same thing as, the black community rising up against the quote unquote white power. I hate it, man. It sucks. It's really sad to say that this is the world we live in. Um, Racism is alive and breathing, and I think it's because that we as a society is breathing it. Every cop who's white isn't your enemy. Every black guy on the street who doesn't look the part isn't a thug. I think that society has portrayed us as you're either this level of person or you're this level of person. And it sucks because, like I said, when I was overseas, I didn't see any kind of racism in it at all. Even when I was in New Jersey growing up, I didn't see any kind of racism. Um, I noticed a new generation. Like I said before, I'm 30 now. Be 31 next month, and I didn't. We didn't see it. People are getting killed with all kinds of weaponry now. I didn't have metal detectors in my high school growing up, and New Jersey's pretty bad right now. It sucks, but I guess my vocal point is just stop breathing it. Try to play the part as a society, as a young community. I guess I'm talking more to the young community. Um, the 1990s babies or the mid 90s babies and up, guys, it's not going to get any worse. I mean, it's not. Excuse me, it's not going to get any better. Um, Try to. I hate to say be narrow minded, but try to look at the overall big picture. Um, just like presidents, when they take over, they get garbage from the prior president's, term. That's what we're dealing with now. We're being, or the younger generation is being forced to, you know, revolt against I guess you say common society now because that's what they've learned from the past and it's been passed on to them. It sucks. It really does, man, because I'm not gonna tell you guys what I do exactly, but just know I travel the world and I see some things, and it's just like it's cool. It's a breath of fresh air to go to different parts of the world and see things for what they really are, and people accept them like, yeah, this happened, but it should be happening again. And this is supposed to be the land of the free. I don't know about you guys, but I don't feel too free in America right now. Um, the greatest country in the world. I still believe that to and through. We have all the amenities that you can think of, but it just sucks because nowadays, this is what we get. We get, the propaganda from what the media wants us to see. Of course, it doesn't always go down like that, but it gets spun into whatever way, and it's just a horrible, horrible way to look at, things for what they are. I just want, people to understand that this is the world that we live in right now, but it's up to us to change it. Like I said, again, the early 90s to mid 90s kids, you guys can change this. Baltimore, you guys need to rise up. It's not going to get any better until you guys really understand the overall that's going on. I know you're angry. I know you're upset. I know a lot of people won't like this video because they feel, well, yeah, he made it out or he's not going through it right now. I'm not. I'm not going through it at all. But it still doesn't take away from the fact that it has happened to you guys, and I am sorry. But you guys have to understand, you're throwing pebbles at, you're throwing pebbles, I hate to say this, at a glacier size, glass house. So you guys aren't going to really make a difference if you're tearing up your own stuff. You're not going to make a difference if you're acting very cruel towards each other. Um, I just hope you guys can get out of that and understand that this is society that we live in. It will change, but change is not going to happen overnight. I hope the city gets better. I hope us as a nation we will rise up and overtake this thing called racism, because I truly believe it's 2015 and we're still talking about this topic. It's really, really getting boring. Hell, we're legalizing marijuana, for God's sakes. I mean, legalizing marijuana, hello, and now we're talking about racism, and it's just a horrible thing to see, to hear. Uh, Negative feedback, please. Feedback at all is very helpful. I'm a firm believer in positive or feedback is any way you take it. People can sit up here and come on this video and slander it and treat it for what it's worth and say he's an idiot, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, fine, that's your opinion. It's not a fact. And I'm open to all opinions and all suggestions. I just want to see what everyone else thinks about this case. So, signing out. Peace.